name is Kimberly Bundy. I am from Detroit, Michigan, currently living in Linden, Michigan. I am 56 years young. I work as an HR coordinator and office coordinator for a property and energy subrogation law firm, and I am an elite allure client for Prepared to be Pursued. So how did I become a client of Prepared to be Pursued? Why did I initially join is a question that sometimes I look back on. And I remember being in another group on Facebook, and this amazing woman that I met in that group shared information about a Facebook page called Make Room for Boaz. I decided to go ahead and visit that Facebook page, and I was immediately taken by the information that was shared, the topics that were discussed, and the testimonials. And so I made a few posts, I commented on a few of the posts on that particular Facebook page, and Nikki eventually reached out to me. When she reached out to me, she set up a date and time for us to chat, and I was really excited and a little skeptical and reluctant, but I went ahead and met with her, and she shared a lot of information with me about Prepared to be Pursued. Although the information was amazing, I still was skeptical. I was nervous because, I'd just gotten through recovering from a really bad divorce. Dating was just not in my mirror. I wasn't thinking about dating. Dating was not something I wanted to do. And so I was thinking that is what the main focus was. So I reached out to a real dear friend of mine, my best friend. She moved away to Florida, so I had to call her, and I shared with her a lot of the information that Nikki shared with me, and she immediately encouraged me that I should sign up. She told me that this is something that I needed to do. So I signed up. I went ahead and signed up for the 6-month program initially. I made it clear. I kept making it clear to Nikki, I'm not looking to date. Dating is not in my mirror. It's just not. It's not in my view right now. I'm not looking to date. I strictly want to focus on me. So initially, that was my path, to just work on me, take in all the information that was being shared, and just work on finding Kimberly. That was what I was reaching for initially, so I thought. For those who are familiar with the program know that in order to be successful, we have 5 milestones that we must surpass, and they are emotional authority, attracting, keeping, choosing, and influencing. And we know that in order to surpass these milestones, we must be honest with ourselves. We need to know what we want to do differently in dating. We need to be able to overcome our fears. We need to be able to be okay with not being selected by the gentleman. And we need to remember that we get to choose. And I think for me right now, I'm in the choosing phase. I'm enjoying the dating process. I'm enjoying meeting people. I am enjoying making the choice with whom I choose to go out with. And it has increased my confidence. It has increased my ability to just enjoy and not be so concerned about whether or not it's going to go to the next step, whether or not it's going to be serious, whatever. I've just been enjoying this dating process. I'm enjoying choosing, and I'm enjoying not being concerned about not being selected by a gentleman, because guess what? There's another one. Okay, have a good day. I'm going out with Bob. See you later, Phil. It's a wonderful time. And so once I get through this milestone, I'll be ready for my influencing. And I think I'm very close to that, because who knows? I may be ready to get serious. So I guess we'll have to see. Initially, as I stated earlier, I signed up initially for just the 6-month program. I was skeptical. I wasn't sure because I wasn't interested in dating. I just wanted to work on Kimberly. So I initially signed up for the 6-month program. I was excited but nervous, and I found myself not digging deep into the modules or any of the lessons that were presented to me. Life was so busy for me, and I wasn't prioritizing me still. And I went through those 6 months so fast. I made the decision to take a short break. I made sure I set a date and a time to reconnect with Nikki. And I did notice some amazing changes in me during my 6-month program, as well as during my short break. I noticed being approached consistently by a number of different people, not just men, being approached, indicating, Kimberly, you seem different, more confident, more strong, more just everything about me seemed to make a change. And people noticed. My boss noticed. Men were approaching me. I was going on dates. Even when I said that wasn't my intention. I was being invited out. I went on a lot of dates, got promotions on my job, raises, bonuses, traveling opportunities. So many things was happening at once. And during my break, I was like, oh my God, so many things are happening, and they were all good. They were all great. But these things were happening without the support from Prepared to Be Pursued. And I was falling flat on my face on my dates. I was doing great on my job. I was still connecting. I was still networking. So many things great was happening, but I was falling flat on my dates. And so when it was time to reconnect with Nikki, man, was I happy to see her and talk to her. And I re-upped for the full year and became an Elite Allure client because I needed Nikki. I needed the support. I needed the knowledge and just the information. I felt like I was a completely different person when I signed up for that year-long program. It just felt amazing, and I couldn't wait, and I just started digging deep into it every single day. I was in a module, just learning and just growing and just allowing myself to be fed with information. And I saw the changes. And this time, I made an effort because I knew when I was on my break, those dates felt great. Being approached felt great. Being chosen by a gentleman to go on a date was amazing. And I wanted more of it. So I allowed myself to be vulnerable, and I dug deep. It was the best time. Yes, the best time. Probably the biggest thing that I'm most proud of is the fact that I've overcome a lot of my fears. I've overcome my fear of rejection, my fear of trusting, and allowing myself to be vulnerable. That wasn't easy to do. It was hard. It was hard to realize that those were my fears. How easy is it for a person to say that I fear being rejected out loud? When you take that time to think about it, no one likes rejection. And many of us have issues with trust. But I was able to say that out loud. And now I don't look at a man not choosing me as a rejection. I look at it as that's his journey. Because just like we women have our journey, we have our moments of healing, we have our moments of reflection, we have our list of boxes that we check of what we want and what we desire. and what we're looking for, so does men. Men are going through the same things that we're going through. They're just doing it a lot differently. It's no longer a fear. I realize it's his choice, just like I have a choice. I get to choose as well. And so I have my moments of telling men, thank you, but no thank you. So no one likes rejection. It's nothing that's meant for me to be sad about, because I know that I have another option. I have options. And so it feels amazing. So I'm grateful that I was able to grow and overcome my fear of rejection and my fear of trusting my decisions, trusting my choices, because I used to think it was just about trusting the guy, but it was me not trusting my ability to make a good choice. It wasn't all about being able to trust the guy or not trust the guy. It was more about being able to trust that I was making a good choice. So I was able to overcome that fear as well. So that was huge for me. And I'm just so very proud of that. I am proud of the fact that I verbally voiced those fears, and that vulnerability allowed me to position myself to be able to receive the attention from the type of men that I've been wanting to receive the attention from. So I became more vulnerable, more open, more confident, and welcoming because I overcame my fears. So I'm very, very proud of those things. The most challenging part for me was discovering a lot of truths about myself. I had to discover that because of the anger and the hurt and all the things that I went through, I became a not so nice person in talking to men or people in general. And no man wants to talk to a woman that's mean or controlling. And I had to realize that I was hurting people too. And that was hard for me to accept. So that was probably the most challenging thing, learning truths about myself. But I'm grateful that I did. I'm grateful that I was able to get over those humps and get over those obstacles, because they were impeding my ability to be receptive of good quality men's attention. And because I learned how to handle things a little bit better, that helped me to be more open, and more men were attracting. I was attracting more men to myself. So it was challenging, but it was worth it. So I'm grateful for that. Prepare to be Pursued has some amazing services that I was expecting some, but absolutely went over the top. My most favorite of the services involved the modules. The modules were just amazing, over the top. The information shared, from the helping me understand romantic negotiations, to setting boundaries, to understanding how to attract bees with honey and not flies. The way Nikki broke it down to us, she broke down honey in an acronym. So we want to attract bees because those are the type of men that we want to attract, right? Not flies, not fraudulent. We want blessed men, right? So my honey was me being honest, me being optimistic, positive, me being nice, me being engaging, and me just being me, just being myself. Because when you look at it, and what I've learned in dating good quality men, they are attracted to women who are being honest. Even if your honesty is being rambunctious and just, sometimes a little loud or whatever, men love you being you. They love you being positive and not woe is me. They love you to be an engaged type of woman, because it draws them to you. And they love seeing nice women. They don't like women that are mean and angry, sitting around looking like they got a problem. They love to see a woman smile, especially when they give them eye contact. And when I learned all these things, it just floored me. And I went out and I experimented. I did. And I noticed the number of men were more attracted to me when the way, if I communicated to them honestly, even if it was something they didn't want to hear, they appreciated my honesty. They loved hearing me, my positiveness, because that's just who I am. I'm a very positive type person today. And they appreciated how nice I presented myself. And in my communication, because I spoke so articulately, they were engaged and drawn to that. They wanted to hear me talk more. And they loved how I allowed myself to just be who I am. The modules were key for me. They were my number one favorite part of the program. The next thing, the private sessions. Nikki has one-on-one private sessions with you. And this gave me the opportunity to just allow myself to just share things with her. And then when Nikki has these one-on-one sessions with you, she doesn't waste your time. She wants to know what you want to talk about. She's not going to lay it out for you. She's going to give you the opportunity to tell her, what do you want to talk about today? And then that's what we talk about. And then she work it out with us. Okay? And then if she sees that we're going down the wrong road, she's going to pull you back in, because you're not going to fall flat on your face on her time. Okay? You know, if you want to fall on your face on your time, that's fine. But she's going to make sure that we're guided and that we're going where we need to go, where we want to go. See, she's going to make sure that we are going where we want to go. And I love those private sessions because it helped me to truly open up and see who I really was. And I think you would truly benefit from those private one-on-one sessions. The weekly Q&As were absolutely great. All the Allure women, we get together, we have questions, we bounce our opinions off of each other, and we're there supporting each other, and we get to have our questions answered. Having that every week, every single week, in a setting of women that are all going through the same thing, wanting to better themselves, amazing. The group coaching is awesome, because depending on how Nikki would organize the group coaching, you could have all kind of topics going on back and forth, and any situations that you're dealing with, especially if you're in the midst of dating, you can talk about your situation, get some good guidance and advice and coaching, and it's always positive. You know, you'll have your moments where we're emotional, but it's a good thing because we're getting it out, and we're getting it out in a safe group setting amongst other women who are going through similar situations. And the amazing thing about it is whatever we discuss stays right there. That's a plus, having a group coaching session. And then you have the retreats and the VIP day in Jacksonville. Come on, people. For me, I was always bummed because every time there was a retreat set, it was during the time I had to travel for work. So I would always miss those opportunities. But the wonderful thing about it is Nikki always come up with those weekend VIP opportunities where she gives us a weekend of training and information and whatever, webinars, whatever she has set, whatever the theme is for that weekend. You know, for us people who can't get away for the retreats and the VIP, you know, we get that weekend opportunity to have that time with the women and a little bit of a feel of a retreat, you know. But and it's virtual, so it's convenient for those of us who couldn't travel. So those type of things worked out wonderfully, and I 100% loved it. The services are just so top notch. I absolutely got my money's worth, and I definitely don't regret doing this for me. So all of the services that I received, especially as an elite Allure client, top notch 100%. I would not be at the high level that I am right now, at this confident high level that I am today, without all of the services that I received. I think the main thing I wish that the women would understand about this program is that it's not a dating site. It's not a dating event. It is truly about helping you to be better, helping you to grow in understanding who you are and what you want, giving you the opportunity to open up and become vulnerable so that you can truly share what it is that you absolutely desire. This is not about dating and finding a man, although the changes that we make, that we grow, and the person that we become positions us to meet some amazing quality men. We need to understand that in order to position ourselves, we have to prepare. And this program does that. You know, men are out here doing the same thing. They're preparing themselves. They're healing themselves. They're growing and learning and being vulnerable and putting themselves out there. If they're doing it, why would we not? Because you cannot go out here, especially the way this dating pool is now, unprepared. There's no way. So I want you to know that this program is not just about dating or finding a man. It's about changing our mindset to understand how to date and how to present ourselves when we're dating. Because when we get out here and present ourselves unprepared, we're going to fall flat, and we're going to continue going in the same dating cycle. And Nikki talks about it, that destructive dating cycle over and over again. And I found myself doing that. I thought, I don't need to pay Nikki to do this. I don't need to prepare to be pursued to get out here and date. But it's not about paying them. It's a service just like any other service. We go to the doctor. We go get our hair done. We go get our nails done. We're paying for a service. And when we're done getting our nails done, we look at our nails and we're like, oh, great. And we give that technician a tip. Thank you for doing such a great job. So the thing is, we're paying for a service and we're receiving something. And you're going to find yourself remade over. This program is not a dating site. It is for us to help create who we really are, bring out who we really are, create the person that we truly want to be so that we can attract goodness in our life, not just in men, but in our jobs, in our home life, in our church life, in our networking life overall, not just for dating. It's what I would like for you to understand. If you are truly, truly tired of getting the same results in your life, period, if you're truly tired of attracting the same men, attracting the same people in your life that are actually sucking the life out of you instead of bringing something of value into your life, then you're going to have to do some things differently. You can't continue to do the same things if you want different results. My friend who encouraged me to sign up the first time, she said to me, Kimberly, you're constantly giving to other people. You're constantly investing into others. You're giving of yourself all the time. When are you going to give to yourself? When are you going to invest in yourself? And even though at the time that she said that to me, that I was still skeptical, but I signed up anyway because I knew that my best friend was not guiding me in the wrong direction. She wouldn't do that. So I gave it a try, and I'm glad I did. So if you are tired of doing the same things, getting the same results, why don't you try something different? Because I guarantee you're going to get different results. So if you're tired of that, let's get this going. It's time for you to prioritize yourself. It's time for you to position yourself so that you can begin to get the results in life that you want, because you're not going to get the results in life that you want doing the same things. It's time for us to change our mindset and position ourselves for greatness. It's time for us to prioritize. It's time for you to prioritize you and position you to start living your best life. It's time for you to position you for greatness. So my message to you is I took the step to invest into myself. And I began to change my life for the better. I'm out here and I'm dating and I'm making the choices. So you ask, so Kimberly, where is your knight in shining armor? Where is your special God? Well, I challenge you this. You take the step to position yourself for greatness, to make change in your life, and I'll present to you in my testimonial whether or not I found my knight in shining armor, my Mr. Right. So I challenge you to take that step to invest in you and start making a change for a better you.